What's good in the hood, everybody? Welcome back to our podcast, Stay Shady. I'm your host, Chris, and I am with two magnificent people in the building.
Hey, I'm Rachel.
I'm Monet.
We are here with some more foolery that has been guan meaning going on, in patois.
Oh, yeah, you
So, I just want to hop into this thing, no kangaroo.
Okay, we're gonna have to leave that at the door because I will not be able to take us seriously.
Oh my god, let me stop. Okay, so let's just get into this drama that had happened over the 2 weeks, or the week, essentially, if y'all hearing this. First, we have a whole situation. We have Tristan Thompson can't ever keep his body parts in his pants. So, Tristan Thompson is an NBA player, and him and almost A-list celebrity Khloe Kardashian called it quits from their relationship earlier this week, being like Tuesday. Can you guess why? I can. Cheating, of course. It's not the first time that he has been caught cheating, and his first time being last year, or not even last year, just in 2018. But the situation is messy AF. So, the female involved with Tristan is none other than her sister, Kylie Jenner's longtime best friend, Jordyn Woods. So what had happened was, apparently he spent Valentine's Day with Khloe Kardashian, but on Sunday he went out in the nighttime with Jordyn to a party, a house party. Eyewitnesses reported that Thompson and Woods were seen all over each other, making out. A source close to Kardashian said that, quote unquote, she has had enough and she ended things with Thompson. This past Thursday, Jordyn made her first appearance since the whole messy debacle at her false lash reveal with Allure. Allure being a beauty company. Just want to let you know that. So instead of trying to avoid the elephant in the room, Jordyn rode that elephant. She basically addressed it. She said into the mic when she was given the mic, "Through everything that has been going on, it's been real. And Allure has been super real to me." With that situation being spilled to y'all, what are your thoughts on this little Tristan and Khloe situation with Jordyn Woods?
How I feel about this situation is you usually know what kind of man your man is. B, you usually know what kind of a snake the other person is, especially when your sister knows that person. You know how messy people get,
Quote, unquote,
even if you're not friends with them. Then on top of that, yeah, she did you dirty, and that's it. She really just did you dirty and was like, yeah, it'll be fine. It's been real. That's unacceptable.
I'm glad you said these points, because first and foremost, Khloe Kardashian, how did you get your man? I want to know.
Ooh.
No, I actually do know. You know what your man did? Your man left his, at the time, pregnant baby mama and girlfriend.
I forgot about that.
And you snatched him up. So guess what? There's a thing called karma. It starts with a K. Y'all know.
Wait, no, I got a question.
Well.
Yeah. I got a question. Did he leave pregnant lady, then step to Khloe, or was it that she left? He left her to get with?
Yeah, second one.
Ooh.
He left her to get with Khloe Kardashian.
Ooh.
You picked him up doing some foolery. So guess what you gonna get in return? You gonna get foolery. When the clown... What's the saying?
Oh, Chris, please.
No, I'm gonna say it.
No,
When you do clownery, the clown comes back to bite. You can't sit here and take somebody else's man and expect the man to be faithful with you. You can't change a man. A man will want to change for the woman he is with, or any significant other. It doesn't make any sense why you're sitting here. And the thing is that you took him back. So you know what his foolishness was, because he cheated on you with multiple women in public, on tape, for everyone in the world to see.
That's so gross.
So my thing is, you knew what type of man this person was, but you sat there. I understand you have a child with this man and you want to make things work because you want to have a stable home. But when this man is literally degrading you in front of the masses, I don't know about that. I want to hold my dignity for all I know. But second,
I'm the for all I know.
I actually have questions to propose for y'all, just to get, a sense of opinion. First question I want to ask y'all, was this a setup by the Kardashians? Because these Kardashians left through some foolishness just for some TV ratings, because, that's how they stay hot. They want to stay in the news and in pop culture with some foolishness.
In full honesty, I don't really care all that much about like why they're doing it in this case, because regardless, all of what Kanye, Kim, Khloe, whatever they got going on with their like shows, I think they tend to forget that they have children in the middle of that. So it's unfair to them to have to go through that because their parents are like greedy, like attention seekers. Like they shouldn't have to deal with the repercussions of having to deal with that because their parents are just crazy.
Yeah, and I also kind of feel some type of way about like pimping out their struggle like that and then creating new struggle to pimp out.
But what struggle? They've always kind of had money.
That's what I'm saying. Like when their lives become disinteresting to create like emotional trauma like that of being cheated on and being cheated on in such a public way.
Mm-hmm.
I would really hope that's not something that a living, breathing person would do, especially to their family.
I know, but these Kardashians are so grimy. Like, for me, it's the fact that Tristan and Jordyn can be so public about it. Like, they literally had eyewitnesses at this house party with people around who definitely know who they are. Why would y'all blatantly just do that?
That's called entitlement.
But like, it's just like, I don't know. It's something isn't clear in the water. It's like oil and water. Something is not mixing.
No. That's just entitlement.
Explain.
That's entitlement.
Huh?
Which part is entitlement?
Yeah,
the Tristan and Jordyn being so public. They are above the consequences
rules
of their actions.
Oh, yeah, definitely. That end, I think it's more along the lines of they've been shown that they can pretty much just get away with whatever they want to get away with, which just means that like they themselves are above the social laws that we construct in the society. But I don't think that it's necessarily entitlement, because entitlement implies that this is how it's always been for them, which is not true.
But, okay, so the second question I have for y'all, like, placing yourself in Jordyn's place, would you have addressed the situation head on, like how she did, or would you have just like left the situation at that?
What did she say about it?
So basically, at her false lash opening, she like, instead of avoiding the conversation, she decided to address it. Would you have done that, or would you have let everything die out on its own?
Well, based on like what she said, I don't think it's worth addressing, because she didn't say anything. She didn't actually address it. She was just kind of like, let me make the elephant bigger, was all that was. It's not like she actually went out of her way to be like, yeah, okay, I did do that, and that was messed up of me. I shouldn't have. Or she'd have been like, yeah, I did it, and? So she didn't take a hard stance on it. It's like, it's been real is not an answer for any of the things that you've done. Especially not to, like, what, your sister's girl, like, your girl's, like, your girl's sister? Like, that's not an answer. It's not an answer.
See,
It's been real.
I took that the complete opposite way. I took that as like, yeah, I did that.
Yeah, me
like,
too.
Whatever. That's
she didn't. I feel like she didn't deny it.
No.
To me, it was like so matter of fact that it was her like endorsing it,
which in and of itself is an issue, regardless, because it's kind of
Big
like
issue.
So even if you take like it's been real as an acknowledgement of what she did, she still didn't. She didn't state how she actually felt about it. It was that happened. Okay, and there wasn't like there was nothing additional to tell us how she felt about it. So like if she was expressing remorse, we'd probably be like, all right, yeah, she made a mistake with the wrong people, like very much the wrong people, but she made a mistake. As opposed to like if she was like, I'm gonna own it, then it is what it is. Except this was just kind of like, it happened, yeah. How did her sister feel about, like, having all of that happen to her, like, to Kylie? Who the fuck?
Okay, Khloe got cheated on. It was Kylie's friend.
Yeah.
Who
So how did, like,
participated.
Kylie feel about that? Like, did she say anything?
That's the thing. She has not said anything yet. So we do. Okay, so there were reports that Kylie kicked Jordyn out of her house because Jordyn was staying in her guest house.
Oof.
That's all we know of. I mean, it's not confirmed. That's why I didn't want to say it. However, that's in the air right now. So, but also we don't know any other thing. I mean, I feel like she would be hurt by it. Like, that's your sister. You don't pick, you know. So, as of right now, we do not know how she feels.
See, now that's what makes me go, I don't know that was a setup for publicity. Because if it's a setup for publicity, it would make sense for Kylie to be like, oh, blah, 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 blah. We enemies now. To make a big thing out of that.
Oh,
the ambiguity is not helpful.
Wait, let me tell you, though, what had happened was. What had happened was this. So, you know, Kylie and Jordyn has done some collaborations with her makeup, her cosmetic line, Kylie Cosmetics. So, those products are now half off.
That's so funny.
And more.
That's so funny.
As
Ooh, are they
soon as
cheap or are they just still
like,
expensive?
They're now half off or more. So, I don't know if that is just speaking for itself. But, Kylie, we need to know. But, Rachel, go on.
I don't care. I'm black. I can't wear them.
Ooh. Anyways. If we're going to assume that it is a publicity thing, they could be waiting. Like, this could all be orchestrated. And they could be waiting to, like, see how the public reacts before unleashing Kylie. So, like, if everyone, for some reason, was like, oh, Jordyn, our sweetheart, and they're, like, all sympathizing with her, then maybe, like, that would affect how Kylie should react to garner more publicity for their show or their cosmetic line or whatever the heck it is that they're doing right now to make their money. But if everyone's like, oh, we want to, I don't know, lynch Jordyn.
Hello.
Ooh. Good thing we ain't talking about no black people because that would been too much.
I'm not endorsing that.
If they wanted to
We're not
fire Jordyn into the sun, then that might mean that Kylie should react in a different way to garner more publicity for the show or their cosmetic line or however those people make their money.
I feel like in terms of like cosmetic line, if you pick sides, that would immediately like creating a rivalry. It's basically like picking a fight with someone, just like in the music industry, will make you a lot of money. Which is why I'm like, it still makes more sense for her to just be like, oh, F her, we're not friends anymore. Like, I can't believe that she did that to us. Blah, 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 blah. Like, I stand with my sister regardless of what else is going on. We could be friends, but we ain't friends no more. And that's that.
Point blank.
I don't know. I don't really feel much about the story. Primarily because I don't give a singular
toot.
See, that's
about the Kardashians.
It's just that this is inevitable to me. So, like, I reported it because I just, like, laughed.
Is he like a serial cheater?
Yes.
And she still stayed with him?
Yeah.
That's wild. I'd have dipped the first time.
Well, this is...
But they have a child together.
So I don't care.
Maybe for her, I should, like, put into account that, like that's why I have on my notes. I was like, you know, she has a kid with him. But even still, I would not be putting up with his serial cheating ways because, like, that's not a happy home. Next situation we're going to talk about is the Jussie Smollett situation because this has been trending for a couple weeks now. But, so I'm just going to give a rundown of the situation and, like, kind of like the checkpoints throughout these 2 weeks. Just to give y'all, you know, insight on what happened.
Yeah.
So,
who is Jussie Smollett?
So he's a gay black actor who's on Empire.
Okay.
Well, basically, on January 29th, Jussie reported that 2 men attacked him on the street while walking to his Chicago apartment from Subway in the early morning.
Wait, from the Subway or from a Subway restaurant?
Subway, like the like fast food restaurant. The men repeatedly beat him, yelled slurs to him, doused him with an unknown chemical, and put a rope around his neck in like the form of a noose.
Oh my goodness.
With this attack, the Chicago PD stated the following, quote unquote, "Given the severity of the allegations, we are taking this investigation very seriously and treating it as a possible hate crime." That's what they said.
Oh.
I'm the possible.
So, second checkpoint, we have January 30th. The police released video footage of two people of interest near and shortly before the reported attack. The same day, Smollett's manager tells Variety being like a source, that he was on the phone with Smollett during the attack and heard one of the men yell, quote unquote, "MAGA country." If y'all don't know what MAGA country, like MAGA means Make America Great Again, endorsed by a certain somebody I'm not going to name, look him up. Third point we have was that, the third checkpoint we have is February 11th, where the Chicago Police Department spokesman Anthony, his name's really weird, but Guglielmi, confirmed that Smollett gave police, quote unquote, limited and redacted phone records from early January 29th. So then on February 13th, Smollett appeared on Good Morning America in his first interview following the incident. In it, he expressed frustration and anger at the people who doubted his story, saying there wouldn't have been the same level of skepticism if he had there wouldn't have been the same level of skepticism if he had reported being attacked by a quote unquote Muslim or a Mexican or someone black. That night, police arrest but don't charge the two brothers. They're two Nigerian men in relation to the attack as they land in Chicago after returning from Nigeria. I didn't pronounce their name because I don't want to butcher their name so bad. I just feel bad. But our next checkpoint is on February 15th, where the brothers, both of whom have been reportedly working on the Empire set, are released after questioning. The police also searched their homes, and according to the local CBS affiliate, an inventory of that search includes, quote unquote, a red hat, the MAGA hat, and bleach. A source tells USA Today that police also find records showing the brothers, quote unquote, purchasing rope from a hardware store that was used in the alleged attack. Our next checkpoint is February 16th. Both CNN and CBS Evening News report that sources connected to the investigation claim Smollett paid the brothers to orchestrate the attack. Smollett's lawyer released a statement denying all those allegations and confirming that one of the brothers had worked as Smollett's personal trainer. On February 19th, according to Chicago Police Communications Officer Anthony Guglielmi, the actor is now officially classified as a suspect for filling a false police report. Meanwhile, according to TMZ, the two brothers were caught on camera purchasing ski masks, gloves, a bandana, and a red hat, the MAGA hat. On February 21st, the Empire actor was arrested early Thursday morning for allegedly filing a false police report. According to the police briefing, the scratches on his neck were self-inflicted, and Smollett's dissatisfaction with his Empire salary was his alleged motive. That was a lot to tell y'all, but go ahead, thoughts.
That is the most crock story I've ever heard in my entire life. And here's why. So, in regards to black people, particularly gay black people, why in the hell would you ever trust the feds, especially the Chicago feds? Does that make any sense to you?
To
like,
me?
we all people color in here. Does it make any sense to trust the police?
Oh, I don't know. Forget 12.
Yeah. Like, yeah. So, there's that, and particularly Chicago. Does that make any sense?
Oh, yeah, Chicago.
Particularly bad.
One of the highest crime rates? Or the highest in the United States?
Something like that. Mm-hmm. But even if it's not related to... They like to, call black people on doing, random shit. Mm.
That's why
yeah.
I'm skeptical, because there was evidence, but I want to see more evidence, because all you got is the evidence, the video of the two men walking, I guess, before the attack. But where's the evidence of, them buying the stuff? Like, you keep telling us this, that, and the third, but where the proof at? Because I need the receipts. As Whitney Houston, the great Whitney Houston said, where are the receipts?
The receipts.
Because how come I got the video, but I ain't got the receipts? Because at first I was very skeptical, but then again, like Monet said, Do I trust the 12?
No, because it literally
No, I
makes no
don't.
sense. So part of the issue is like this, like the couple, like the last part, scratches on his neck was self-inflicted, and I can almost guarantee that if I were to look at those scratches, they'd be pulling down, which is impossible for the human body to do.
Like, to
And
your
you
own
can
self.
only hurt yourself that badly when you are like mentally distressed, when you are not in your right mind. So like there is actually a biological mechanism to stop you from seriously hurting yourself. Like, try to punch yourself right now, and I guarantee you your arm will literally stop itself from hitting you full force because your body realizes that it should not hurt its own body. So whatever this extra salary they think it's gonna be, it's not gonna work. What?
It was like the thing, where like your fingers are as, I can't think of the word. Your fingers, like, it's as difficult for your jaw to bite through a carrot as it is to bite through your finger.
Yeah.
And like people eat carrots.
Yeah.
People eat carrots.
You could crunch through.
And you have fingers.
Yeah.
So I could bite a finger off. I could bite my finger off.
But then, like, everything in you would stop you from doing it. So there's
I've
that.
tried really hard to override it, though, just to, like, prove that I could. Not because I wanted to bite my finger off, but because I wanted to prove that I was, like, better than biology. I still have all 10 of my fingers.
Wild. And then on top of that, like, there's no way you swing from hate crime to actually false police report. Gotta take you in. Like, no. No. Then my next, like, curiosity is, if these people work together, and presumably you can prove via payrolls that they did work together and what they did under those payrolls, then there is no reason to believe that there would have been no question of conflict between them. Because there are people like you work with that get on your last nerve just about every day. And it really just be like that sometimes. So I don't believe that there would be no reason for maybe one of these brothers to be mad with him. Don't know what for, and frankly, that ain't none of my business. But I also do realize that animosity like that don't just come out of nowhere. I want to know what CNN and CBS know to be like, yeah, he was paid to orchestrate the attack. Or was that some sort of, like, opinion column?
No. It was like, so to them, it's like, it was a, like, fact told by the Chicago PD when literally, like, I don't, again,
that's wild.
I don't
That's
see
ridiculous.
the receipts, like, the like actual receipts, like, literally being like, hey, they bought this, that, and the third. They did this, that, and the third. Because you keep saying you have it, but again, like, I don't see anything.
These records don't add up with the final conclusion is where I'm, like, lost.
And mind you, also, let me get into this, because I just kept wondering about this. There's been countless people who have been falsifying reports, but y'all yet to take them in. From that woman who, like, falsified that little girl as, like, doing something bad and called the police on her for selling water.
Oh, yeah, like when, Permit Patty.
Yeah.
Like, and then there was that one, like, grandma who, like, the guy, like, recorded her. Like, she's like, oh, calling the cops. Oh, he's gonna run me over. And he's recording. Like, do you see this woman, like, falsifying, literally saying, I'm running her over? And she's like, oh my god, like, help, he's running over right now. I'm under the car. I'm like, girl, how you still talking? Like, if you're under a car, so, like, he got it on tape. Like, why isn't that woman or, like, Patty girl, what's your name?
Because you're also equally, like, wasting the cops' time when they have to come out there for stuff like that.
So why aren't they being charged up to 20 years, as Jesse is? Or Jussie, my bad.
He's being charged from, like, how much?
So I thought, like, 1 to 3 years, but I saw online that he's facing almost up to 20 years. Over a false, also over this.
Yeah, because falsifying, like, a police report is a lot.
Oh, yeah, no, I know that's, like, a big crime, but y'all, I turned 20 in 2 months. That man might be in jail for
half your
my
life?
lifespan.
Just let
like,
me
to date,
know.
which is wild to me. But the question that I have is, like, you didn't write it down, and I don't know. I live under a rock. So when he filed his original report, did he say, like, 2 white men jumped me? Or did he just say 2 men? Because that's what's written in...
Yeah, no.
Here, okay.
What I looked up, I guess maybe they assumed it was white men because the fact that the manager reported that they screamed MAGA, like MAGA country, and...
Oh, so this is coming from the person he was on the phone with, not him himself.
Yeah, not Jussie himself.
Okay.
Why Jussie ain't say nothing then?
I don't know. Jussie said 2 men, but he's claiming he said okay. So in the interview, he did say they're like white Trump supporters. I didn't put that in there. I'm sorry.
And I do remember that like that was floating around, which is why I was like, okay, maybe I missed something.
Oh no! But when I saw the 2 black men being the suspects, I was like, huh?
That's what I'm getting at here.
Sorry.
Or that's what I was building to.
So we're just gonna blame more black people for some.
That's why I was confused. I was like, well, I don't have the information that he stated, like the apparent race of the people that attacked him. But then you did write that he said that there wouldn't be so much skepticism if he'd said like, oh yeah, like this Muslim guy jumped me. We were like, oh, find him.
My bad.
I was
I'm sorry.
And then it turned out that the 2 men that maybe did assault him were 2 Nigerian men. And
well,
I'm like,
it just says that they're returning from Nigeria.
Yeah,
so
no,
I didn't take that to mean that they're Nigerian.
Yeah,
they are.
they're
I did look
Nigerian.
it up. They are Nigerian, and
like,
oh, that's strange.
They
you're
are
coming right from the homeland. Hello.
Yes, they
hate you.
They got a lot of melanin. The point I'm trying to make is you would not mistake them for white men.
Yeah,
it is quite clear,
especially
that they
if they're
are not
like
white men.
Nigerian. That's a thick accent. So.
Oh yeah, if they're shouting racial slurs at you, you might notice that.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. They're. I mean, like, okay. If you want to,
I'm so sorry. That's not really that funny, but it's so funny.
But I don't know. Any final thoughts before moving to the next subject? I'm still waiting. You know,
I'm just confused. I'm just really confused.
I'm waiting.
I don't know what purpose that served. If he did fake it, if he did orchestrate it. I mean, you said that like he was hoping to get more money for making Empire. Yeah. Like that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Like if he did make that happen, why would he do that? Him getting more money from his show, like I don't see how that would be the outcome. Even if that's what he was like going for. If he did that,
just leave. Like
I don't know. I mean, he's probably got a contract or whatever.
Oh, I see. So,
but I don't see how that would lead to more money.
The other 2 people apparently like worked on set with him, so it's something that they'd have to settle in like on set.
They were allegedly extras.
Okay.
So
okay.
Like,
so
presumably an insurance thing. Blah 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 blah.
But then why wouldn't, if you wanted to get caught, if that was the case, then why would you say the 2 racist white guys attacked me and not these 2 people who I know because I work with attacked me? That would be way easier. Yeah, I just don't understand. like
there are a lot of these stories that are not adding up.
If he did make it happen, why would he do it in this way? And if he didn't make it up, then how did the police get off creating this story or this narrative to explain what happened? I'm just so confused by the whole thing. Like honestly, it was a bad sign, and I was like, who's Jussie?
If you don't
in this story,
now you know.
Blank. So I'm just gonna move right along because we'll update y'all with this case when we get updates because he's not going to court. Moving right along, we have I don't understand these fashion designers nowadays with their foolishness. The best word to use on this, podcast. I'm just gonna go into the certain companies. First being Gucci. Gucci. You ain't Gucci. Like, y'all putting out these sweaters called the balaclava knit top.
Not balaclava? The food. It's the thing that you wear to cover your face.
Wait, I remember
a balaclava.
it.
It's like a ski mask sweater.
Yes.
I remember it because I remember thinking, what am I looking at?
Yeah. I just looked up this sweater. This is ridiculous. That's why I was laughing just a second ago.
Let me explain. So it was a black sweater, and it featured very thick red lips over the mouth shape cutout. Are you dumb? So
I ain't even got no words.
Continuing, so basically the sweater offended one of the brand's key creative collaborators, Dapper Dan, who is a black man, according to Fashionista.com. Dapper Dan felt that no apology from Gucci would suffice. Dapper Dan, why don't you say something?
Okay, so I want to say Dapper Dan is correct. There is no apology for this mess.
I mean, first of all, it's ugly. Second of all, kind of racist. Third of all, it's ugly.
So,
fourth of all, it's probably so expensive. You know what? Hold on, wait. Let me click shopping instead. How much that cost?
Like
they don't even want to tell me. That's how much it costs.
I'm pulling from a HuffPost. They took a screenshot of their screen. It's $8.90.
So like $890.
Yeah. Not
explain.
like $8.90. This is $800.
You know, neither one of those amounts of money like would make sense. So I'm just like, which one is it, honestly? Because I have no idea.
So Gucci's head designer, whose formal title is creative director.
Wait, did you say formal or former?
No, formal.
Formal.
So he responded to the outrage by letting the public know that he is experiencing a grief reaction to the controversy. What you expect? Us be in joy like we is Christmas? Like, talk to me nice. Like, come on. He said that his inspiration for the sweater was an artist named Lee Bowery, who creates art in a camouflage style. In his view,
camo?
Black is not camouflage. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Like, in his view, the racist connotation of the sweater were fully unintentional.
Nah,
but he's sorry for any distress that he's caused. Bro.
Because, like, okay, so even if, like, let's say, for whatever reason, that he genuinely thought that was a great idea. And then he was like, yeah, let me put this out and see what everybody else thinks of this. He got a whole other team that would check out whether this would be okay. And I guess, like, everything down that supply, like, just fell short. Also, the rest of the outfit with that top is ugly.
Y'all thought Rihanna could save y'all with that foolishness?
Okay,
y'all
look.
Y'all but
I done seen some outfits that everybody's like, can't nobody pull this off but Rihanna. And I look at that outfit and be like, nah, Rihanna couldn't even pull that one off. Throw that in the trash.
Like,
but I hope she doesn't
Rihanna
try.
would curse you out. She would curse you out because, you know, she's all for, you know, I'm putting the fist up. I'm putting the fist up. Y'all can't see it, but y'all know what I mean by put the fist up.
Haute couture, blackface for the millennials.
Like, you hear that title? Talk to me nice. But second company that I want to talk about who this week is...
Wait. We're done talking about this? No.
No.
Okay. Because I was like, there is more
on to the foolishness with another company because it's company general. But this company, Burberry, you know, they put out something. And the site was a site of a model wearing a noose at Burberry's London Fashion Week show, which people were disgusted and thought it was tasteless and distressing. So the look was part of Burberry's fall, quote-unquote, Tempest collection, created by Italian designer Riccardo Tassi. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he has been with the heritage brand for less than a year. Through a slew of editors and influencers attended the runway show, the news was called out by a Burberry model, Liz Kennedy. Burberry decided to get on their foolishness. Their foolishness because, like, you see, we had Prada with the Katy Perry line with the little blackface shoes. What's up with y'all?
Wait, Katy Perry.
So did you just say blackface shoes?
I'll explain this now. So Prada put out a shoe line in collaboration with Katy Perry, where these shoes literally had, like, it were black, and they had, like, the eyes and the black lips.
Ooh.
Okay, wait, nope. I want to Google images.
Hold on. Look at that, because it's literally disgusting. Like,
here, they kill me.
Oh my god.
Y'all, if you can see
Happy
the
Black
image,
History Month, y'all. Oh my god. Oh my god. I want to scream about those
Like,
so badly.
it's like these companies are really doing the most. Like, and then
Hold
they're
on.
issuing apologies. Like,
Wait, I'm having like a heel sandal for them too. Like, not
No.
only was one bad idea, but you came up with another bad idea. And like, if I had any doubts in my mind about Katy Perry being a racist, in the light of like what's happening in like the last 3 years alone and these shoes, it's confirmed. It is what it is. And her smile is so proud about them shoes. Like, they ugly too. Like, the design of them is like ugly in and of itself, excluding the fact that it has like literal blackface on it.
That
Apparently
is
she
just...
has more of them.
No.
She has a gold sandal, a black sandal, a black slipper, and a nude slipper. And this is sending me to the astral plane because I don't even know what to do with this, sweetie.
Hey, Monet, can you describe the hue of the nude shoe, please? What color would you say the nude is?
Ooh, that's flesh, huh?
I'm sorry, I just needed to go there as well because this whole thing wasn't enough for me. Okay, so I still have more to say about
go
about that
ahead.
balaclava sweater. First of all, I just want to like paint a mental picture for everyone who is not familiar enough with a balaclava or a sweater.
Oh, there's
okay,
so much.
okay. So think about a nice black turtleneck. You know, it does the thing where it kind of bunches up around your neck. Okay, and now you take that turtleneck and you pull it up underneath your nose. You look like an idiot, but that's fashion. And that garment now costs you $890, I think.
Yeah.
Except get a pair of scissors, cut a hole out for your mouth, and then embroider big ol' red lips around that hole. And that's called fashion.
It's haute couture.
mind you, the
Like-
creative director literally said, okay to this because it came out.
Okay.
It's just ugly. It's just ugly.
I think like the part that gets me about it is that like you have a whole team behind you, and that's how I feel about like music artists too when they say something like that's either really mean or like stupid problematic. I'm like, you got a whole team of writers behind you, you still managed to pull this. It's kind of like Ariana got a whole team of writers behind her and she still was like, yeah, I'm going to quote unquote write 7 Rings. Like, she got a whole team of writers behind her and she like put out 7 Rings. Okay, I got questions. Who was your backup team and why they ain't tell you that what you did was wrong?
They didn't tell you?
I'm like, okay, where the line of communication going wrong? Because like I'm lost.
Listen, this reminds me of the
Like,
back
what was
in
that
the
line?
day-
A maze?
Back in the day, we had Miss J-Lo, and in a certain song, she said the N-word. I know those writers. Somebody in that booth told you not to say the N-word.
In that booth.
Or her, who let you say it. And I said, like, who's in your booth with you? Who is your crew? Because the crew ain't doing good for you. I think with these fashion designers,
Gross.
stop saying you're sorry, because at this point, it's deliberate.
I don't know if it's deliberate or if it's just okay. Like if okay,
They want attention.
we agree that this choice that Gucci made went through a lot of people's hands before it made it out into the market. Yeah?
Nope.
Okay. So either someone saw it for what it was and they're like, yeah, you know what? Screw the other person that is above me in this chain. I'm going to let this happen anyway so that they take that fall and I can exact some revenge or whatever they got going on.
Mm-hmm.
Or, and I think this is worse, everyone that saw it was just so honestly ignorant. They were like, yeah, no one could take this in a bad way whatsoever. I don't know. Like, it just so wasn't on their radar that they didn't see it for what it was, and they let it go out into the public, and I think that's worse. Like, that environment is so devoid of diversity that they wouldn't be like, I wonder if someone could have an issue with this, because it's, really gross and offensive.
Yeah.
My thing is, like,
But I think
they didn't see Prada's, like, situation with the stupid Katy Perry shoes? Like, I'm screaming at those shoes. Y'all couldn't, like...
Also really ugly.
Like, you had the same predicament of blackface. Y'all could have been like,
Yo, you know what I think she was going for? The Katy Perry shoes? I think she was trying to go for Mr. Potato, but, like, it turned out bad.
Oh, you mean like Mr.
With the lips in the
Potato?
body? Oh, God.
I think that character's ugly, too.
But I think he's, like, ugly in a different way.
Yeah, no, he's...
Like, he's not racially offensive, at least.
Okay, y'all want to talk about the news now?
Wait, hold on.
Okay.
The Wu baklava, I'm always going to think of that as, like, the pastry in my head.
Oh, yeah, no, my dad and I got into a fight about it because, I was like, why would they pick that word?
Balaclava.
Why would they pick balaclava when it's so close to baklava? And he's like, I don't have an answer for you. And I was just really upset that he didn't have an answer for me.
Balaclava. No, it's baklava. That's what I'm saying. It's like, because at least, like, this isn't, at least it doesn't remind me of, like, the offensive, like, issue in which I learned that word. And I could just think about tasty treats.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
So, but apparently all of these things, like, all of these things happen with, like, a year's space in between, like, people having outrage about it, which I think is interesting in and of itself.
Are you saying it's planned? Like,
I don't think
they got a timer. They got a timer.
I think that they want publicity, and they know that because they've seen the other companies do it and get outraged for it. They want some sort of reaction from us because I know somebody has common sense. 10 cents,
wait.
1 cent, some sort of sense to say, okay, this is literally wrong.
Ritterfer. Pause. How does getting bad publicity make any sense?
You know, there's no such thing as bad publicity.
It's the same thing. Basically,
that's incorrect.
No, it's
there's
the same
no
thing.
such thing.
Bad publicity is like wiped off entire companies.
No, but it's the same thing. Like, all publicity is good publicity. It's like that thinking.
That's incorrect.
No.
I'm telling you that, like, that's wiped off companies. Like, no.
But people are gonna still buy Gucci.
No.
People are gonna still buy Gucci.
I don't
You
disagree.
don't buy me Gucci if I ask for it.
I don't disagree. I'm saying that the people who are buying Gucci are the people who are already buying Gucci.
That's true.
So, you didn't get anything out of this. You just made yourself look bad. So it doesn't make any sense. And then on top of that, like, I just really think that it's interesting that, like, I'm not saying that the timing itself is, like, appearing in, like, Black History Month specifically. I just think it's weird that it sat there for, like, the balaclava was apparently, like, 6 months while the shoes was, like, a year in between. And I think that's interesting that it took that long for, like, people to pick up on it, entirely because right now we seem to be picking up on things as they happened. You know what? I wonder what was happening at that time, around that time, that we would have missed that.
Usually it comes in and then people, like, forget about after weeks.
All I'm saying is that if you're trying to get diversity in fashion, that's not the way to do it. Just get yourself some people of color. That's it. That's all you gotta do. If you want their figures on stage, put their actual figure on stage. That, and I do have a question. I want to know what did other countries think of this? So, in terms of, like, I'm sure Europe has had its instances of, like, terrible blackface because it would not have been uncommon to do so at any given point in the history of white supremacy / colonialism. However, I want to know what they think of it now. Like, would this be as big of an outrage? Like, I know it is in the States, but I don't know that for other countries.
I mean, I don't think other countries, even though they have, like, a history that's not too different from the U.S., I think because in the U.S. there's such
a disparity.
Yeah. And, like, I don't know, a lot of attention brought to that disparity and, like, the history of it.
Like the news being, like, hella insensitive, but then if you walk to a different country, you'd be like, yeah, it's a not.
Oh, wait.
Okay.
Y'all.
What's good?
I found it. Okay. So,
what'd you find it?
I saw, because like I said, most sane people, or sane people in general, notice that this is the issue. Floyd Mayweather actually had no issue with it. He's like, it ain't affecting me. I got my money. I'm gonna still go buy Gucci. Cause so basically, rapper T.I. issued a boycott I guess for like 3 months from Gucci or some type of months from Gucci, and said fake woke. That's what he is. Anyways,
I just think that was interesting.
So my thing is, they're like 3 months, right? What are we supposed to do?
I'm gonna continue to not buy Gucci because I don't have money.
We can't afford it, mind you. You're telling us common folk to not buy Gucci.
No, it's not that I can't afford it. It's that I'm not going to waste my money.
Because who wasted
like
money?
That.
Who
Big mood.
Who gonna spend $250 on a little fabric for my head?
Like, I swear to you, like, any perfume that I want, actually, weirdly enough, can be found in a Sephora.
Okay. The second
the Burberry put out a sweater that had, like, you know what? You have the strings that come out the sweater holes. Instead of being a string, it was literally a noose.
I will give them a little bit of a pass because when you said it was a noose, I thought there was like a literal like
around her neck.
Yeah, like this kid's walking down.
It's like literally like a necklace.
Yeah, no. I pulled up a picture of it. Yeah. So like if you imagine you took the 2 strings that hang off your hoodie and then you tied them together to make a noose at the end of it. That's what she got. That's what this kid's walking down the runway with. They don't look particularly happy about it, but I don't think models are supposed to be happy.
No, they're forced to wear a certain thing. Like, not forced, but like they're told, hey, you wear this.
Who cares? They're coat hangers.
Yeah, I was more saying that as people, they are unhappy.
Oh, yeah, no, they're like objects.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like to be like their objects, but that's what they are when they're doing their job. They're coat hangers.
Like, literally, Cara Delevingne literally said, like, she's, like, done with the model industry or, like, tired of it because of the fact that they're treated more so as objects than as actual human beings with feelings.
I mean, that's the profession. But anyway, I'm giving them a little bit of a pass because, like, the business end of that noose is not around this kid's neck like I was imagining.
Oh, big mood.
So... I'm not saying it's okay, but it's not as bad as I thought.
As the blackface foolery.
It's also not as bad as the blackface foolery.
I'm so tired of that.
I'm so curious because I'm trying to figure out like what the outrage is for. So like the blackface is obviously like it's racially motivated anger, which makes sense. I'm like, where are we? Which particular strand are we pulling at with like I don't want to see another rope like that? Because when I think of I don't want to see a rope like that, I'm thinking lynches and hanging like black people from trees. So it's still racially motivated for me, but I also understand that like for some people it's an element of the word I'm looking for is depression. So like they're so depressed that they're like wanting to commit suicide.
Yeah, no, that's what they're saying.
That's where I went. And I went with like insensitivity to suicide and poor mental health.
Except I was like, I wanted to know what, like I was like, where is it coming from? Because there are multiple issues with like a noose around someone's neck.
Yeah, there's a lot of weight to that like imagery, and I'm pretty sure that's why they did it.
Oof.
Yeah, it was most likely like the insensitivity to suicide, and
that's what Liz Kennedy.
Because I think that's
Liz Kennedy.
I think
said
that's
that,
more. I can't think of the word. I'm thinking accessible, or relatable. That's more relatable to more people, I would think. Like relating nooses to suicide and mental health issues.
That's interesting.
Is more relatable to more people than lynches.
Yeah. It also depends on who you talk about. Because, like, I've never connected a noose to suicide so explicitly until Doki Doki Literature Club, actually.
Oh, gosh.
That really messed me up for a little bit.
I'm really mad because my brain is now overwhelmed with that imagery. And it is so intrusive.
Big mood. So until then I hadn't like explicitly linked those two, though I do understand how people would, because obviously people like do commit suicide.
Yeah, I was just like strictly talking about quantity of people.
Yeah.
But you talking about DDLC made me think of the first thing that related nooses to suicide in my mind, and it's the haunted mansion in the beginning when you're in the elevator and the ceiling does the thing and you see the guy hanging from the ceiling and I'm like, what's he doing? And that's it, he's hanging. Ooh man, that was insensitive a little bit. But yep, that's
a bit much.
Yeah, Disney taught me about suicide.
That
sounds like a BuzzFeed article.
that is definitely that on that, friend.
And I'm like, yeah, okay, I can see it. Oh, Kennedy was also like the horrifying history of lynching. So I'm like, yeah, that's the first place my mind went.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I understand that, like,
I mean, let's be clear,
understand
lynching
that, like,
and suicide are both bad.
Yeah.
all in the same
I think a lot of it is where we draw our social history from. So I'm not actually thinking much about what people are doing with like newses right now. I don't want to think about that.
Yeah, I
and I'm actually okay. Thanks.
Yeah, no, that's gonna cause me to spiral.
Yeah, that's gonna like literally cause like bad thoughts, and we're not gonna have that. But
oh, she also claimed that the staff were joking about the design before the show while hanging the news from a ceiling. Yeah, no, they were just being terrible. Ooh.
See?
That's
why literally I don't like sympathize with these companies for like doing this. Like either y'all didn't have a history class,
like,
or
I feel like even
like
if I feel like if your like setup people can look at that and be like, ooh,
that's okay. What?
Are we gonna crack some jokes? Jokes in that sort of situation are clearly markers of, you know, what's about to happen is messed up. You know it. You know you can't do anything to fix it because you still, regardless, got to get this lady out on stage with this jacket, with an ugly jacket at that. It's ugly. I ain't even gonna front.
I don't know.
Bad.
I kind of like the color, but
the color, but like how big it is and how it hangs off of her, it's terrible. It's bad.
Okay, I take it back. I like just the color of the hood. It's like, I don't know, like a warm sandy brown.
Yeah.
I like that. It looks comfortable. But yeah, after that it kind of goes downhill.
Ooh.
And that's not just like the news part.
But
oh, you know what? The hood reminds me of Tim's.
No.
They look like Timberlands.
I'm a Timberland fan, but we're not going to put that.
That's no. That's what the scheme is. Like looking at the rope and the.
Yeah, it gives you like the colors and like the vibe of it. It does give you a Tim's like type of.
That's
like,
why
look.
I'm like, yeah, that's familiar, and I like that. It's because they look like Timberlands.
No saying no.
I'm gonna keep that jacket away from my Tims. Thanks.
Yep, me too.
I agree. Yeah.
On that, in that order.
We're done.
But on that note, y'all, I just want to tell y'all, guess who put out a new mixtape? Kalani. Ooh. It's titled While We Wait. We're gonna talk about that next week because we're like on time right now. So I just want to tell y'all, just check it out and just listen to what our thoughts on it and what we think of this whole masterpiece. Because I listen to some music and honestly, it's really good. So y'all need to check it out. And also I want to mention Whack Offset. Offset, you use your more popular wife and your child as a publicity stunt, and guess what? You still flopped. I don't understand how you weren't trending, but Cardi and Culture were trending. Just let me know. In the words of Aaliyah.
Let me know.
That just gave me chills about how angry I am about that situation.
Like, it's actually funny that you are so dumb and, like, you are a flop. Like, you have the same sound. I don't care. You don't evolve. You sound like the Migos. It just sounds like a one Migos show. And we're not here. That's why Quavo's album flopped because no one cares.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Sorry, I just want to put that out there because, you know, I screamed because you really thought you were going to get views and get money off of it. Guess what?
Nah.
We're here for Culture and Cardi more at this point. Dummy.
Honestly,
dummy.
But on that note, y'all, thank you so much for tuning into our podcast, Stay Shady. Everyone say goodbye to the people.
Oh, bye.
Adios.
And we'll see you in the next week or 2 weeks. We don't know yet. I'm just going to keep it as that. Have a nice night.